Welcome to Empower TV with award-winning journalist Lorna Grayling, sharing extraordinary stories of ordinary people overcoming. Your story matters. Your story is not over.
Have you ever poured your heart into something only to watch it slowly disappear? Maybe you've prayed with everything you had and still wondered why nothing is changing. Maybe you built a business, fought for your marriage, battled an illness, or chased a dream simply to watch it fall apart right in front of your eyes. Well, that's exactly where I found myself a few weeks ago. I sat staring at my YouTube channel in complete disbelief because for years I'd poured my heart, my time, my own money, everything I had into telling stories of hope. I had interviewed incredible people from all around the world, people who had survived the impossible. I had built a community of thousands of subscribers and reached millions of views. And almost overnight, everything changed. Our videos just stopped reaching people. Episodes that had taken weeks to plan, hours to film, and thousands of dollars to edit and post back online. Countless nights of sitting in front of the computer and working so hard on all of these shows had suddenly begun to shown to almost no one. YouTube would just not air our videos. Some were only reaching like 50 people, even though we had 55,000 subscribers. And I just couldn't understand it. I promoted the episodes, I prayed, I fasted, I tried everything I knew, and it just wasn't working. Then our channel was hijacked. So for 2 weeks, it was gone. It was like Chinese episodes airing on our channel. By the grace of God, we got that back. But man, I was exhausted, heartbroken, and embarrassed. I'd invited extraordinary people to share their most vulnerable moments of their lives, and literally nobody was seeing their episodes. And then one day I just started praying. And after hours of editing, I remembered asking this same question just a while ago. Like, God, what is the point? And suddenly this moment felt strangely familiar. Because about 6 years ago, we lost everything. My family and I lost my business, my home, our cars, our financial security, our 401k, everything that we as a family and I as a business owner had built up over like 22 years of blood, sweat and tears was suddenly lost in South Africa. After surviving violent attacks, armed robbers putting guns against my head numerous times, we finally packed our suitcases and boarded a plane to America with no guarantees and no idea what the future would hold. I remember lying on the floor one morning, completely exhausted, wondering if I had the strength to start over again. And here I was, a few years later, asking the very same question. But then God reminded me of something. And I heard his voice and he said, Lorna, when have I ever failed you? Not once. Not once had God left me alone in my struggle or my mess. Every heartbreak that I'd gone through had shaped me. Every loss had prepared me. And every closed door had eventually led to something better than I could have ever imagined. And so maybe, just maybe, this was not the end of Empower TV. This is simply just the beginning of a new chapter. So, today isn't a story about losing my YouTube channel. It is a story about refusing to let disappointment have the final word. It's a story about starting over with hope. So, welcome to a brand new beginning. If you're new here, I'm Lorna Grayling, and this channel exists for one simple reason: to remind you that your story is not over yet. So every week on this new channel, I will share lessons that I've learned through my own journey. How I found hope after losing everything. How I learned to overcome fear, trauma, and PTSD. How our family walked through devastating diagnoses. And how faith carried us through seasons that seemed impossible. How every setback became an opportunity for God to write a better story. Because I truly believe that the greatest testimonies are often born from the greatest trials. So, now you will have two channels. And one, Empower TV, that is not going anywhere. That will still be the home of extraordinary interviews and powerful stories of people overcoming incredible challenges. And every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, you will continue to meet guests whose stories will leave you inspired and encouraged. But over the years, so many of you have written to me and said, Lorna, how did you overcome all this PTSD? And how did you keep your faith through everything? And what did you learn from losing everything and starting over? How did you keep going when you wanted to quit? So, this channel will be my answer. And here I will share my own journey, my own lessons, my struggles, my victories, my mistakes, and some of the behind the scenes moments. Short, honest conversations that I hope will encourage you wherever you are on your own journey. So, Empower TV tells extraordinary stories of hope. And this channel shares life lessons that helped shape mine. So together they're part of the same mission, and it's to remind people that with faith, hope is always possible. But this is not the end of the show just yet. Most of you are hanging around to see who is the finalists of our cruise competition. So over the past few weeks, we had, or months actually, my apologies, we had a cruise competition. And I have asked all of my my audience, you guys, to like our episodes, share where you're watching from, and put a hashtag #RhineCruise, right? And so there's been a few of you who have done that, and thank you so much for that. In a few minutes, I will announce our finalists who is standing in line to win this competition. So I want to say thank you for each and every finalist on this list, for watching the shows, for commenting on there, for scanning the QR code. Hope you scanned the QR code if your name is on the list. And for supporting us over the past couple of months. I really appreciate you. So few things that you need to do to be able to win this is, if your name is on the list, you are in line to win. Please ensure that you are watching our emails. If you scanned the QR code, you would have been getting our emails with every new show every week. And make sure you follow those to see when we will be announcing the winner. It'll be at the end of July. Sorry for that, 1 month late, on a live YouTube video. So keep watching for that. You have to be subscribed to this new channel. And you have to have scanned the QR code and you have to be on the live show to win it. So keep watching, and if your name is on this list, congratulations. We will see you in a few weeks where we will announce the winner on a live YouTube. In the meantime, don't forget that your story is important and it can change lives. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next week.